The National Association of School Governing Bodies has expressed concern that a little over 16,000 teachers have criminal records and the fact that they are still employed despite this issue being brought up earlier this year. The body is calling on government to move with speed in addressing this particular matter. Let's now bring in the General Secretary of the National Association of School Governing Bodies, Matakanye Matakanye, who's joining us this evening. Good evening to you and thank you so much for your time. So, according to you, what has been the delay from what you're told in dealing with this matter?
Bongi, good evening, and all your listeners and viewers. Yeah, it is delayed. I mean, you can't have this number of teachers with these terrible records in our schools. So it therefore means that the department has failed really to ensure that our children are taught by professionals, not criminals. Also, I think people who were issuing certificates, South African Council of Educators, they did not do their work as well because they can't just issue a license to each and everybody that they do not know and working in silos because they're supposed to work with the department. Department is the one that sift these teachers and how did they sift them? You can't just sift without knowing the background of the teacher and all those things. So it is really delayed, but we are happy, particularly with the Free State Department of Education that now they finally announced that this 60,000 teachers that are working, and it means that we want to call upon all the provinces to ensure that now they root out corrupt, rotten elements within the profession because they are spoiling the best profession. That is the best profession that gives profession to all the professions. So it cannot be left just being spoiled by individuals who are buying their way in and spoil the best profession ever on earth. So we want to call upon everybody involved that now, as soon as possible, please remove criminals away from our teachers. The law does not allow such criminals to work with our children. One, even the Children's Act does not allow. Even the Children's Justice Act does not allow. So those teachers must be investigated quickly and removed from the best profession so that we have the best and the professional teachers who are going to teach. Because the teachers are also parents. You know, they parent these children. So how do you leave your child with a criminal and then considering that now this teacher is a parent? You can't do that. So there must be department, South African School Act, South African Council of Educators must act as quickly as possible and report these people to the authorities.
So there's a concern, though, even yesterday it came across that some of our viewers are saying that, but why would you then punish those who have minor offenses? For example, one of them even bringing up the issue of saying that maybe one was violating lockdown rules during the COVID-19 pandemic, and they're struggling to expunge some of those records versus people who are guilty of rape, murder, assault, theft, robbery, etc. How do you begin to deal with the two?
No, that is the responsibility for the department. Whether they are expunged, their offenses, or they have done minor offenses, we must know that these are minor offenses. Yes, Matakanye did this. However, it's a minor offense, then that's why he's teaching our children. So if we don't know that, we'll not know whether this is just a minor offense or a major offense and all that. We don't know. Then it is the task of the department, it's the task of this South African Council of Educators to ensure that now they tell us this person, offended you, but however, this is a minor offense and all those things, but we must know, and Then once we know, then we'll make judgments.
All right. Let me thank you so much for your time. And as you say, that it's time to stop working in silos, because if these bodies are then tasked with verification, it also speaks to that issue of, you know, just working in silos and really not a coherent approach in order to be able to get to the bottom of this or to do even the vetting properly. But that was the General Secretary of the National Association of School Governing Bodies, Matakanye Matakanye.